Good morning, people. I want to jump on here this morning. I can't help but to find this almost comical. Everybody running around in masks and gloves, and I'm a maintenance technician. So I'm in and out of apartments all day long. I'm exposed to germs, viruses, bacterias, funguses. I mean, it's my job to deal with the funguses. I want to explain something. People have got such a false belief, false understanding, false indoctrination of viruses. The way they're teaching and the fear-induced agenda they have towards viruses, they're teaching that it's airborne. Let me explain something. The way the human body works and what coronavirus it actually is. Okay? A virus is not alive outside of the body longer than a few seconds. You have to understand that it's very fine, precise environmental conditions a virus needs to sustain life. Okay, I'm going to tell you the beginning on how viruses are created. Our body contracts some form of a particle, a toxin, a solvent. We inhale it, or we eat something that has this particle on it. What happens? A particle, and that's the thing about the human body. It's going to create a living organisms regardless. Okay? But there's multiple things that could be created from this solvent, from this toxin. What happens is a cell, the toxin becomes attached within the cell absorbs the toxin. Okay, either the body is going to evolve that cell into an antibody if it has the resources around it, like prebiotics and probiotics, or that cell is going to mutate into a virus because it has acidic properties around it. So it all stems from what we consume. And we ain't hearing none of this from the fucking medical, I ain't gonna say none of it, but mainstream wise, we ain't hearing it. Because I've been watching more videos here lately of doctors actually talking about nutritional education, ways to prevent this, the ways the body is creating antibodies against it if you have the environmental conditions, if you've taken the precautionary measures, if you're healthy. This is why this so-called virus is attacking people with pre-existing conditions and older folks, because their imbalancements are already compromised. Therefore, their body is already weak. They've already started this self-destruct series of action and reactions. This virus could be stopped before it even becomes a virus. This virus could be creating antibodies, which ultimately grows our immune system, stops it in its place. But I'm still seeing everybody run around these masks, and I can't help but to giggle under my breath at them. And it's not that I'm trying to be disrespectful. It's not. I respect to each their own. If you choose to believe this is some contagious virus floating around in the air, is your prerogative. It's your choice. But you're lacking knowledge. You are ignorant to the subject because they're not telling us the truth. They're not telling us how to optimally balance our body, how to keep homeostasis. Because the 3 root causes, I've said them time and time and over again. It's over-acidity, which is a lack of hydrogen molecules to sustain that homeostasis balancement, that blood pH. If we aren't consuming the right amount of hydrogen molecules within our water and our foods, then our body lacks the hydrogen to sustain the plasma, the energy in our blood for our red cells and our white cells to do their jobs of cleaning up bacteria and cleaning up cholesterol and removing dead cells and rebuilding new cells, which brings me to malnutrition. We're lacking mineral content that we need to rebuild cellular structure. So what happens? Our body goes into defense mode and starts to steal it from our bones, steal it from our tendons, steal it from our hair, steal it from our teeth. So we suffer from these states of deficiencies. And then the last one is toxicity, in which this is the root cause to even having COVID-19 to be even possible. Because the fact of the matter is, the majority of society already has this particle within their body. But the fact is, our bodies are so freaking optimal, it's not funny. It takes a lot for our bodies to go into these death modes. But that's the thing, the system's engineered around us. We don't drink fucking water. We don't eat live foods. We don't flush our bodies. We're not taught about how our liver and our gallbladder absorbs toxins, how to flush out the toxins from our body. We're not taught this stuff. We're not taught how nutritional education is the foundation of our body. I mean, our cells are made from nutrition. We're being sold this fear. And the fact of the matter is, the elitists thought they have this means to make us sick, but they're underestimating our body. This is why they're subjecting us to multiple avenues of toxins all over the fucking place. This is why they're setting up this 5G frequencies. Because these frequencies alter living organisms. These synthetic frequencies aren't found in nature. I mean, it's our body's being subjected to an unnatural, man-made frequency. Therefore, it's going to have reactions that are unnatural. It's not things that aren't found in nature, like cancers, like tumors. I mean, I've studied through the grapevines for the better part of a decade. I've studied a bunch of holistical doctors, a bunch of people that have been that have been curing cancers and curing diseases and curing disorders, and they're doing it nutritionally. They're addressing root causes. They're addressing the balancement of the body, the way our health system should be designed, but it's not. It's overran and ruled by synthetic-based chemicals, the pharmaceuticals, the vaccinations, and that's another one. Vaccines don't work the way that they're leading us to believe. Our body contracts the majority of infectious organisms through our digestive and through our respiratory, not through our cardiovascular. Our defenses that creates antibodies are built up in our guts. This is why 70% of our immune system is in our gut, not in our lungs, not in our skin. Get wise to the way our bodies work, y'all. Get you some vitamin C. Get you some vitamin D in your life. Get out in the sun. Eat you some lemons. Eat you some oranges. Eat you some pineapples. Stay away from the highly acidic foods like breads, like alcohol, like animal byproducts, like refined sugars. This is all of the properties, the acidic properties that feed and allow for infectious organisms to be created in the first place. These viruses, we are feeding the viruses. We are mutating the viruses. We are giving the environment for these organisms to host and thrive. And the only cure for viruses lies within us. And they're called antibodies. This is the only cure. This is how you grow your immune system. This is how you protect yourself from future exposures to certain particles. Because this is the way our bodies are designed. They're designed to adapt. Our cells mutate, either against us or beneficially for us. Stop buying into this whole fear factor, because the fact of the matter is, if a living organism, a virus, is not kept in its incubated state, it ceases to be alive. It can't survive out of the incubated state for longer than a few seconds. It ain't no fucking 5 days. That is complete bullshit. Otherwise, the entire fucking world would have AIDS. That's fact. So my point being, the only way a virus is transferred from one host to another is if this incubated state is kept, like transferring bodily fluids, hence why sexually transmitted diseases, STDs, the swapping of fluids in the mouth, the swapping from privates to mouths to privates, privates to privates. As long as this virus is kept in an incubated state, that's the only fucking way you're going to catch a virus. Or if you let them inject you with that shit. That's facts. Stop buying into this fear-based media bullshit and realize you are your greatest fucking enemy, or you are your greatest fucking friend. Knowledge is key, because our health is our foundation and our beliefs are our success. They're feeding us this fear. Fear weakens the immune system. This is why I say belief is success, because whatever you believe, you're going to succeed. What you perceive, you shall receive. It's the universal truth. It's like, this is how knowledge is key. Our health is our foundation. Our beliefs are our success. And our wisdom is our power. Realize your full potentials. Realize your God-given abilities. Realize the true depth and mechanisms of our biology. Stop placing blind faith in the establishments and expecting them to tell you the truth like they have your best interests at heart. Because what they want is a lifelong customer. They're not aiming to heal you. And I'm not saying there aren't doctors out there that actually keep an open mind, study nutrition, because it's all but been removed from our fucking health establishments. If a doctor don't sit down and research shit for themselves, they won't know the signs and symptoms of deficiencies. All they'll know on overacidity is that you're dehydrated. That's the depth of it. Most of them can't even break down the solution that is in an IV drip bag. How it's beneficial, how it works, how these IV drip bags are restoring the hydrogen to our blood, ultimately correcting the environment for our blood cells to go back to doing their jobs optimally. They don't teach this shit, man. And it's fucking beyond my mind how people can't see the blatant, obvious writings on the walls. So realize, knowledge is your key. Health is your foundation. Beliefs are your success. And the wisdom is your power. This is how knowledge is power. Knowledge is key, health is foundation, belief is success, and wisdom is power. Be conscious over your mind and your body. And through applications and experience of obtaining knowledge over your mind and your body, you will manifest the reality you seek. I wish everyone the best. I love y'all. One love.